The Beyond Infinity is coming from Brunswick on April 18th, and you can just call me Buzz Lightyear because I'm ready to go to infinity and beyond with this new stunner. I am on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas, where they take great care of us. We always use this pattern for testing because it's a good benchmark pattern. It's not too easy, but it's not too tough, so it really helps us figure out where balls fit and how they relate and compare to each other. The graph is linked in the description if you want to take a look at the details. My layout information is up on the screen for those that understand, and if you don't know what all these numbers mean or all the core numbers we're going to talk about next, I have a few instructional videos linked in the description that will teach you everything you need to know about cores, core dynamics, and layouts, but I still need to share the details for the more experienced viewers. Couple things up front before we hit the details. I think we have a new prettiest ball ever. There's only so many colors and it's hard to come up with unique color schemes, but the shelf appeal on this one is off the charts. Next, I literally couldn't miss for the first half of filming no matter how bad I threw it, so if you're watching strike after strike and find yourself grumbling about a typical ball review editing out all the misses, just wait for the back half. The Beyond is a Pearl Infinity. It's got a pretty unique set of core numbers. 2.521 RG, 051 differential, and an 010 int diff, so it's a mild asim but also with a medium RG, so it's going to get down the lane a little easier and have a slight amount of torque to help with back end consistency without making it crazy. Same cover formula as the original with the HK22 base AXH version, which stands for Activator Extreme Hook, just Pearl for the Beyond. It was hybrid for the original, and the Beyond comes polished. Definitely seems familiar to the reaction of the original, just longer and sharper, kinda heavy rolling, slightly tumbly, with a gradual climbing continuous finish. The literature says it's supposed to be pretty angular. I'm not really seeing that. It's definitely defined, but I wouldn't say it's sharp or punchy by any means. It feels kinda like a bit earlier and smoother Violent Collision to me. Short version, I had condensed the videos before because it gets old watching the same ball go down the lane non-stop for 10 minutes, but I think it really helps to see a shot followed by the same shot in slow motion so that you can key in on what happened and why it happened, and I think it also helps to watch ball reaction for a bit without having to pay attention to someone yapping. And longer format in-depth stuff is just what I do, so I'll catch back up with you in a minute. I've mentioned this before in comparison to other balls, but the Beyond is super close to Rotogrip's No Rules Pearl from several years ago, closer than anything else yet. Definitely stronger, but it's that heavy rolling, but clean and readable, but also controllable reaction that just sees the lane the right way in the right places, and it's a pocket magnet. Ball reviews aren't great for mechanics, especially when you're bowling with your opposite hand and already have to fight basic coordination sometimes, and my timing was off for the majority of filming this one, but that drives home the forgiveness for me. This is the kind of video that I don't really want to have any slow-mo shots in. It's like, oh hey, this looked bad once at regular speed, let's slow it down and really examine just how bad it actually was. Part of a ball review is trying to make the ball strike from everywhere, not so you can fake everyone into believing it strikes from everywhere, but to test it out from all the different zones. How much faster do I have to throw it from straighter? How much do I have to lay off? How much slower do I have to throw it from deeper? How much more do I have to rev it up? Some balls naturally prefer straighter angles, some prefer deeper ones, so doing whatever I have to do to make it strike from anywhere I'm standing gives me this information. It helps me put the ball reaction puzzle together to find out both what the ball naturally wants to do, but also how difficult it is to make it do what I want it to do, so that I can in turn give you a more complete idea of what the ball does, where it fits, and who it fits for. Quite often that means I'm throwing the wrong ball at the wrong surface on the wrong condition on the wrong stage of transition. That's wrong for my game, and that takes a toll. The Beyond is a pretty strong rolling ball with a fairly strong cover, even shiny, and getting it to push from straighter but then be quick enough down lane to get through the pins the right way is a recipe for screwing my timing up. I can throw it harder or I can catch it at the bottom at release. Both at the same time is a trick. Now the point of all that monologuing was really to say that I think this is both a great performance ball that could be a first ball down from something bigger like a Pure Madness, or even with some surface on it, it could be your big ball for the fresh, and I think it's exceptionally versatile and forgiving. There's enough dig and strength for lower rev rate bowlers to walk it down the side, but enough control and stability for the big rev rates to be able to use it as well. It's that perfectly in-between asymmetric zen kind of reaction where it covers a lot of territory for a lot of different bowler styles. It's clean and dynamic enough to use it in league, but also consistent and controllable enough to use on tough stuff. Taking a look now at the Pure Madness, very similar type of ball roll, just stronger, earlier, and smoother, so a perfect ball up from the Beyond. This would be the fresh, heavy, tougher condition ball, and the Beyond would be the step down once transition starts. It's got that same heavier rolling, tumbly, continuous climbing type of reaction that just oozes control. I've been throwing my Theorem quite a bit recently too, and it's a completely different look, but in a similar strength zone as the Beyond, so if the Theorem's a little too clean and flippy but about the right general strength, the Beyond will be a nice sideways shape complement. The Beyond is right in Ultimate Defender, Violent Collision, Outer Limits Pearl territory, etc. Kind of like a shiny and slightly stronger UD, a little earlier and slower Violent, or just a little tamer or more throwable Outer Limits, for me at least. This one is just yet another option in that window or zone to give you some variation while still keeping you in that big Pearl ASIM window. Once again, the Beyond Infinity releases on April 18th with Columbia's Kaboom and Track Cypher. Down in the description is a link to Bowler's Mart that will get any of the balls featured in this video ordered for you. I do have to note that I do receive a 5% commission on all sales through the link, and of course don't forget my code ROSEDOLL10 to get 10% off your order at checkout at CoolWick. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.